Today, it is August 31st. I am Chris, the Dating Doc, and our podcast is going to be on mental and physical abuse when it comes to dating. Now, first off, I want to thank everyone that's commented, that's liked any of the memes, any of the videos, the advice we put out there. We do this for you. And when I say we, okay, I know you're the one that hears me and just me, but we have a web crew. We have folks in the background that are helping us market, that are helping us draft some of the blogs and some of the ideas we have here. So when I say we, it definitely is a team out here. So thank you for that. You motivate me, okay? This is the reason that I do this. If I can touch one person who wants to be motivated by advice or has just had a bad day and all of a sudden a funny meme or a inspirational quote or one of my videos and messages has made their day, has made them think about something new when it comes to dating, and hopefully that helps them in regards to the dating life. Okay, so abuse. Okay, abuse. All right, now many of you are probably going to think I'm going to go into the some of the more obvious things such as physical abuse in relationships, domestic violence, things of that sort, and I will. But what I really also want to touch up on is how we can abuse ourselves when it comes to dating, okay? And so, without further ado, one of the things that come to mind when I think of abuse is the abuse we do when we're still trying to heal from a breakup, right? We break up from a relationship, and we know that we can do two things. We can take a break from it all and look inward, and we can make self-improvements. We can start reading, working out more, going back to church if you're faith-based, and meditating, things of that sort. But this is the abuse we keep doing. We keep going back into the game, and we waste our time and other people's time. And I've experienced this myself, both as the abused, self-abused, and the, I guess you can say, abuser in a way. And maybe that's too strong of a word, but I'll start off with the, I guess you can say, the bad news, right? With the abuser part, which is I have been the person that has been flustered because someone has taken too long to text back. Or they're kind of, when you go on a date, it's all surface. There's really none of that depth that I'm looking for. And I get frustrated. I get upset. I've gotten better about this. Obviously, if I'm teaching, I got to be preaching, right? I gotta walk the talk, right? So one of the things that I remember doing was a woman just took forever to get back, and I said, "Look, you're wasting my time, and I really don't want to even worry about it." Okay, and it was a lot meaner than that, to be honest. That was my me projecting my frustration, my impatience, or I should say that last straw that hit the camel's back on my patience. And next thing you know, I'll find out. I get a long text back, and she says, "Look, I've been doing a lot of healing, after my breakup, and that actually flustered me more, but I didn't tell her that because I'm thinking, okay, you got someone who just broke up, and maybe they just want attention. Maybe they just want to get back in the dating game so they can see any cute guys out there, see some pictures of cute guys, and see who's gonna, give them a little love, little attention." But it flustered me because I'm thinking, man, come on now. That's like saying you broke your leg and you're going to go back and jog because you miss it so much. What you're going to do when you're jogging and you've broken your leg, you're going to hurt yourself more. And that's what a lot of people do when it comes to dating. They just want to go back into it, right? I've ran into some people that are Facebook friends that I've kind of had a little semi-crush on. I see them post on Facebook, "Hey, I broke up with someone." Then I see them on a swiping app. And I call them out on it. I do call them out. And I said, "Hey, look, you said you healing up, and you talked about you moving on. You need to take some time for yourself." And then I see on one of these apps and said, "Oh, well, I am trying to take some time out of myself." But they never answer the part of what they're doing on those apps. They're that person with a broken foot, broken ankle, still jogging, hurting themselves, wasting time. And they waste that other person's time because there could be someone that says, "Oh, okay, I like a lot of what they wrote. They have a lot of things in common with me. I like this. I like this woman. She's good looking. Or, again, this could be if it's a man, woman says, oh, man, that's a good looking man. He seems like he's got it all together. That gentleman could be the one that's healing. That gentleman is wasting his time, and he's wasting another person's time because, again, what ends up happening is we develop this cancer of half-assedness, of not even trying, because we say, you know what? That person's not going to try. Why am I going to try? And then we're on the receiving mode. Another guy is saying, well, she is not trying, so why am I going to try? And that keeps spreading and spreading and spreading because we don't take that pause. We keep self-abusing. We haven't healed up. And you know that feeling. You know that feeling when you're online and you say, I'm really not feeling this, but I want to keep swiping. I want to keep messaging. I want to keep looking at pictures, but I'm not feeling it. And you're not feeling it because of the person in the mirror. It has nothing to do with the app. Don't blame it on the app. All those apps are honestly almost all the same. You see some of the same redundant people in your city. It's a person in the mirror. You keep abusing yourself. You keep wasting your own time, and you're wasting other people's time. Take a step back. Take a step back. Hang out by yourself. Hang out with your friends. It's okay. You don't need to get back into that dating world because here's the thing. Are you wanting to get back into the attention-seeking world, or are you really ready to find a companion? That's a whole two different schools of thoughts when it comes to dating. You're either half-assing and you're just seeing how much attention you get, fill in your schedule with some dates, or you really, really got that energy and that enthusiasm to find someone that you're looking for. That's the difference. Okay? So that long term, that, I'm really going to try to put my all into dating, even if you don't end up with someone, but you really want to care, take some time to yourself. Read some books. Read some books on what's happening in your brain. Pick up a new hobby. Okay? You have to stretch that soul. That soul is sore. That soul is achy. You have to stretch it out. You got to work it out and not abuse it. Okay? Do the therapy. Okay? I use that analogy of hurting your leg. I use that analogy of hurting your leg because guess what? You go to physical therapy. You get yourself better. Right? Here's the other thing too, that when I look at mental abuse and self-abuse, I was listening to a book called The Way of the Superior Man, and it's by a guy by the name of Danny Data. I'm not sure if that's his surname or that's his real name. I'll do some more research on his name. But one of the things that was spoken about in the book, and I really enjoyed it, was talking about how sometimes in a relationship, the man or the woman may initiate drama because the other person is just not responding at all. What I mean is they could be a bump on a log. They could come home, sit down and watch TV. There's no talk about work, no talk about life. There's no passion. So what ends up happening is that someone causes drama, causes an argument because they want a reaction. And this can get bad, right? Because this is when you start getting addicted to a response. But the ways is dangerous, right? The ways, instead of saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to surprise my guy or gal. I'm going to buy a gift. I'm going to do something, a sexual surprise, a little lovingly sexual surprise. But instead, I create an argument. I break something. I tell that person they're worthless because I want a response. I want a challenge, and that challenge excites me. But that's the dark way of doing it, right? That is a very negative way of doing it. And it is a form of abuse. It is manipulation 101. Again, it's self-manipulation because you're thinking that this is the way to be passionate. This is the way to get a response. This is how we keep that fire going in a relationship. but you're also being abusive towards the other person. And it doesn't have to be physical. You can weigh less than the person. You could be shorter than the person. Taking advantage of their kindness by drawing out drama is not healthy. And it's an act of cowardice. It's cowardice, but in a way, it's also a lack of understanding. So I don't know if you guys hear in the background, that's my little dog's quietly eating one of his treats. She, I should say. She's funny. But going back to the subject, that's something that you got to be aware of, okay? Don't draw out drama just to draw it out. And if you decide that's the way you're going to go, then you need to apologize right afterwards. And you say, you know what? I apologize. But the more you make a habit of that, the more one of you is going to get burned out of the relationship. Am I right? You know how that is. Drama, drama, drama. Makeup, makeup, makeup. Drama, drama, drama. Makeup, drama, drama. Half makeup. Someone's tired, both tired, break up. And now that became a habit. Now you're almost wanting someone who brings the drama. And now you're in this endless cycle where you've dropped your league. You are now in the bottom rankings of the kind of person that you're looking for, that you attract. Because that's what you are. That's what you became. So that's abuse. That is abuse, people. Another thing is physical abuse. Physical abuse is the ultimate act of cowardice. And this all stems from someone who says, hey, you know what? You're not going anywhere. Or you belong to me, or I need to put you in your place. And statistically, this is more the man doing this to a woman. It is by far the ultimate act of you can't control yourself. And the only people that can't control themselves, in this case, me having a little puppy. When she was small, she couldn't control herself going to the bathroom. A baby can't control themselves, and an old person can't control themselves. And in some ways, someone who has an actual mental condition, whether that's dementia, Alzheimer's, or they're psychotic or a sociopath. So when you're a man who is of sane, status, you're not in the hospital, you're not in an asylum, and you can't control yourself, you're being a baby. You're being a little puppy. You're being like an old person that can't control themselves. How manly is that? Think about it like this. Let's go tribal here. Let's go way back to the times of when they used to pick the tribal chief based on strength, right? Based on who had the most discipline, who could see the goal, focus, and get to it, who can finish the hunt. Do you think they're going to pick the tribal chief to be someone that throws a tantrum? Not at all. And even if you were the strongest person in that tribe and you threw tantrums and you're the person that couldn't control themselves, after a while, you're going to get killed by the rest of the village. They're not going to want you as a leader. You're not aware. That's the second stage of a person. The first stage is when you just act emotionally. You go with the first reaction and you think, well, this is my way of being masculine energy. The way of the superior man, just like this book that I listened to, just like I personally believe, it's when you can be mature enough. You can look beyond your emotions. You can look past that to where it doesn't get physical. And this goes out to women as well. Woman, if you don't respect your man, you want to hit him, you want to scratch him, maybe because you want some sort of reaction or because that's what you grew up seeing. Be advanced, be superior to that, be level 2. Look beyond that mess. Look beyond your own mess and say, you know what, I'm better than that. If you have to frame it in a way to say, if you don't have any kids, would my child want to see this? And first off, if you think that's acceptable behavior for a child to see in front of you, you definitely need help. That upsets me. That upsets me if you think that's the standard. On the other hand, if you do have kids and you have made mental or physical abuse the standard, you are a coward. And if you're hearing this and you've caused this in the past, understand that you are a coward. This is not my opinion. This is something that can be proven. You are so afraid, which is a stem of being a coward, that you can't control your own feelings. And you can't stand on the leg being a coward. No one wins by being a coward, okay? You don't make changes in life. You're not inspiring positivity in people's lives. So the only thing you can do is get better and learn from that. There is no excuse to be a self-abuser or to project that abuse on someone else or that negativity on someone else. And I end with that because too many people out here are not paying attention to themselves. They're either too worried about what other people think of them. They're going out there in the world, again, with the quote-unquote broken leg, which, like I said, that equated to someone who hasn't healed up from a relationship or from dating overall. They go out there. They go out there in the world not healed. In extreme cases, this means people get shot because someone can't control their emotions and they have not looked within themselves in a healthy way. Through meditation, through exercise, through reading, through gaining self-awareness, all that stuff. They haven't done that because they're too afraid. They don't want to do the work. That's what I do as a date coach. I help you guys out. I have offered clients a free session, so at least they can bounce their thoughts against someone else. And because everyone nowadays thinks everything around them is so shady, they're not willing to get help, even if it's free. Even if it's completely free. All they have to do is invest time. And I'm kind of venting a little bit, not because I'm struggling financially. I'm not at all. I have a full-time military career, and I'm very happy knowing that I'm virtually debt-free with the exception of mortgage. And I say that not to brag, but I mean that because it frustrates me that my passion in helping others, even if it's for free, some people that I know for a fact, when I hear them out initially, they need help. They need help with dating. They need help in life. And all they have to do is spend a little bit of energy and time if I offer it for free, and they're not ready. So if they're not ready to look within themselves, they're not ready to accept any help. What do you think ends up happening? They end up spending time, getting older, staying in their misery, being comfortable with solitude. Solitude has nothing to do with being an introvert or extrovert. None of that. But they get comfortable in that solitude. At best, they just kind of stay in their own little corner. They finally figure out when it's too late, right? When time has passed, when maybe they have said, oh crap, all this time I could have worked on myself and found a companion. And it's too late. That's the at best scenario. At worst, they end up killing people. They kill themselves. They hurt their family. They hurt their career. Okay, this is real. Abuse is real. Both mental and physical self-abuse and projecting it out into the world. It is dangerous. It is something that nowadays we need to take more precaution. Okay, we need to look at others and see what they're doing, how they're abusing themselves. And when it comes to dating, all right, dating, marriage, relationship, it deals with another person. So you got to be aware of what you're doing. You have to be aware, because now you're accountable for another person. All right, so I end with that. Okay, I'm about to wrap this up. So I want you to think about that. I want you to spread that message to someone else. Spread this video. Send this video to someone else. They may need it, even if they're going to listen to a minute or two of it. Hey, I'd rather they get something from it than get nothing from it. Check yourself, okay? Assess yourself. Make yourself a better person. That way you can attract who you need to. You got to be attracted to the person in the mirror first. All right? Do not hurt anyone else. And quit hurting yourself if you are. It's Chris, the Dating Doc. I hope you enjoyed this video. This podcast was special to me. I was going to originally do it on suicide and dating, but I figured let's get to the fact of what happens before someone commits suicide. It's the self-abuse and the projected abuse. Hope you're having a great Labor Day weekend. And drop a note, drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Take care.